we're going to be making a raw sweet and sour. So to start, we're going to have our vegetables, and we have 2 in-season fresh tomatoes that are sliced. We have 1 red bell pepper and 1 zucchini, and my favorite, 1 small pineapple. Okay. Next, we're going to be placing this over a nice, delicious raw alternative for rice. We're going to be making it out of a root vegetable called jicama. Jicama is very high in fiber, and it's very delicious. So for this, we're going to need a food processor, and you're just going to take your jicama and slice it, take the skin off of the outside of it, and slice it. One thing about jicama that you have to remember is don't eat the leaves, which you wouldn't anyway because they don't usually come like that. But if you were to ever buy it at a farmer's market, the leaves are poisonous. So I'm going to take them and pulse it until we get a fine rice-like grain. Just for an even consistency, I'm going to scrape the sides. Gorgeous! Safety first, take out the blade. Pop that baby off. And our nice, fluffy, juicy, yummy rice. On an earlier episode, we showed you how to make cauliflower rice. Now, one of the noticeable differences between our jicama rice and our cauliflower rice is the jicama rice comes out a little bit more wet and juicy. So depending on what kind of recipe you are creating, you can decide which rice you like. Now we're going to be making a very simple sweet and sour sauce. So to start, I have 1 whole cup of fresh squeezed pineapple juice, and you can use your juicer at home, or if you don't have a juicer, just take your pineapple and blend it in your Vitamix, and then you can take a nut milk bag and squeeze out the juice. So simple, easy juicing. And then we have a 1/2 cup of date paste, and we've showed you how to make this in an earlier episode. A 1/4 cup of our delicious apricot jam that we've showed you how to make in our earlier episode. And this really here is the secret ingredient in our secret sauce. And we have a 1/4 cup of agave, and a 1/4 cup of apple cider vinegar with the mother. And I have a simple whisk. I'm just going to whisk this up. So easy, so fast, so delicious. And one of the biggest differences, besides the fact that it tastes so good and fresh, if you're going to buy this from the store-bought one is going to have very, very little vitamin content, whereas this, it's almost like a vitamin injection. All right, so we're going to take our luscious vegetables and just pour our sweet and sour sauce over that. Okay, and I'm going to place a little bit of our rice. Yummy, 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 yummy. This is such a good dish to make for children. Kid tested. Break those newbies into raw. And there you go. And for color, how simple and gorgeous and delicious is that? Welcome to the world of raw. Thank you and join our channel.